Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back for some more EVE Online. In today's video I'm going to do something that I have not done in a little bit. I'm gonna jump into the Abyss with the Abyss Gila 1, which is of course all about some nice regen. This time I'm gonna use a gamma filament. We might even do a couple of those, and that of course is the filament where you have to have extra explosive resistance, but it does also give you a bonus to shield HP, which should again also increase my passive regen. So it should be really good for the Gila, except that the missile damages that we get a bonus to are thermal and kinetic. But yeah, with some Republic Fleet Valkyries we should be pretty good. So let's use this calm gamma filament. You'll have 20 minutes before the warp field collapses, and when you have 3 of them you can also activate that for the fleet. Definitely something that I still need to do as well, but I think before I do that I need to get back into the vogue of the Abyss. So let's just get started with a couple of very easy tier 1s to get back into it, and to see if everything is also set up right, because if I'm not mistaken I used to have to put up large collidable objects, but that is no longer the case. So here we go, get a couple of strike Damavics coming in. So we're gonna deploy our drones. We're definitely gonna activate this as well. Afterburner, and it's 30-kilometer range, so now we can start firing at that first Damavic. And let's see here, oh, we have 1 cache and 2 caches. That's interesting. Let's immediately head for that one and see if I can actually grab all of those. You guys might want to attack that Damavic, please. And full speed. I'm actually heading for the wrong one, am I? Exactly. Let's go. Triclavian extraction. What does that do? Extraction subnode. Alright. Actually, the first time that I see this myself. So we are going to fire some missiles at it, see what happens. But it definitely looks like a cache. In the meantime, I'm gonna let my my Valkyries take care of these small little rats. First one is down, so we can destroy that. And that's just a loot drop, right? Subnodes, yeah, exactly. Okay. And so it takes 2 missiles to take one of these little rogue drones out. We can also go after the bioadaptive cache. So we'll do that. And Villa Swarmer is actually starting to be a little bit far away, and we've got some isogen from this one, and then we've got this one as well. Alright, still looking okay. Let's do a quick reload of these, and we just have 2 of these drones left, so should be very good in the first room, except that we're just not hitting these guys. That's interesting. Luckily we don't need them, I don't think, for the gate. So let's return these Valkyries, and let's go to the second room. Time left at this point, almost 18 minutes, so that was definitely decently fast. But so a second drop. I haven't done the Abyss since that was introduced, so I'm not sure exactly when that happened, but that does potentially, I think, make your abyssal runs a bit more effective, a bit more rewarding, even these low tier ones, because it used to be that you just have 1 cache in every room. You do need to do a bit of traveling, so obviously you want something that's strong and fast enough to actually handle all of this. Let's go into the second room and let's see what we can spot here. Go, go, go. Yeah, my shields, they didn't really move at all, so that's quite alright. And here we go. Room number 2. Just some drones, and then we get one here at the gate, and then we have one at 84 kilometers back there. So we'll rush for this one first. Should have dropped my drones quite a bit sooner, but alright. Let's launch some missiles. And let's see also this one at 23. Definitely needs to be taken out, so that one blows up pretty easily. Next attack, we get a little bit of damage, but look at that, holding at 99% at this point. That is pretty damn nice. Let's target these guys next. Use some missile fire. So that's the next one down, not a problem. Stay close to me. That's of course very good for my drones. And let's take a quick look at the loot. Just some surveys. And we get something else up here again. Alright, do some missiles. Let's kill these. There we go. Nice little one-shot from my Republic Fleet Valkyries, who I think are part of this fit because they have a lot of HP. So if they do get targeted, they'll actually survive a little bit longer than most others. That gate is open, but we have plenty of time. We're only at the first quarter, so we're also going to try to grab this Triglavian extraction node. Gonna take a quick look at that, actually. So that is like a small, very interesting, small little Triglavian structure that's actually stuck to a carved asteroid or something like that. Pretty cool. There go my missiles. That is destroyed and it is unfortunately empty. So that does still happen. Okay. Good to know as well that you can still get empty caches. In this case, an empty extraction node. And now we just have the final room to go. Let's see what that's all about. And so this was Gamma. Let's see, do I spot... this right here, of course. Minus 30% explosive resistance and 50% shield HP bonus. That means that I have 21,000 HP. And perhaps I could quickly look at the fitting. Hope that I don't crash, because that would be pretty bad. Yeah, 246 HP per second. That is quite a lot. We do have a Leshak in this room. And then we've got... oh, 3 of these. That's pretty cool. All right, let's rush for the closest one. And then let's see if we have plenty of time and what kind of rewards we get for this. And of course we do. Oh, look at that. On top of that, what do we have here? Short range deviant automata suppressor. So, all right. White squares, look out for that. Red partly visible squares, those are your caches. And here in this final room, we actually have 4 of them. Very interesting. Let's blow this first one up as the Leshak bites the dust, of course. Oh, if I can send them far enough, then I should actually probably use my drones as well. Maybe. Loot. Anything? Oh, we get one that can... what the hell did I fire my missiles at? Alright. Approach. Engage. Why don't these missiles hit the cache? Finally it blows up. Okay, strange one. Let's go for that and that like this. We still have plenty of time, so I should be able to grab all of this loot. Is a micro-op drive worth it? Yeah, it's another good question. So let's go. That one is destroyed. That's pretty good. And that's 3 pieces of loot, so that's alright. Another one bites the dust. I'm not sure where though. And now ooh, yeah, a bit of a... there we go. So you'll probably want to actually add these directs to your overview as well. Because... you know, I was trying to really zoom out and find it that way, but that didn't really work out either. And then this one is back there, and this one is back there. All right, I see. So it's travel time for more loot. A micro-op drive would be very handy. Or if, like in this case, you have a very good, strong Gila, of course, you do have plenty of time. So let's grab this and then let's try to grab all of them just to see how much are these missiles. Not even 1 million, so extract 700,000. We've got 4 million so far. 4 must also be said, the very easiest tier of abyssal content, of course. So what do we get in here? Just some surveys worth 500,000, and now this is actually quite far. Is a micro-op drive build worth it? Do I have room on my fitting? I think I do. with this amount of CPU and power, I think we could do a micro warp drive. Yeah, definitely let me know about that in the comments. If any of you guys run these low tier or try to farm these low tier abyssal sites. I find this very interesting that here in the final one we've got 4 of these reward caches potentially, but you do of course need the travel time in order to actually grab them. So is this worth it? My alternative of course would be to just run a second site, just keep chaining these up. But with a micro warp drive you could zoom in here much more quickly, grab all of them, and actually still be done in a far more reasonable time. Definitely something to look into, especially for a strong healer like this on these lower tier sites. So I still want to check all of the rewards so that we know exactly what we're talking about now. As a reward structure for the easiest abyss, that should be a hit, and it is. That's good. So let's go for that loot, and then we still have the final one as well. That is, yeah, look at that. Just anchored on some of these weird looking rocks in the middle of this type of space. Very, very cool. Personally, I do like the idea behind the Triglavians, another you know, offshoot of humanity that has its own technology, feel, design, and all of that stuff. I am a little bit disappointed by the actual lore here for Abyssal Dead Space. I think that it's kind of weird to design like a different dimension when you already have wormhole space. Honestly, if I would have my go at Triglavian lore, I would basically have put them in an other part, a very dark part of wormhole space, and you know, you could say that it's a very dark part that is called the Abyss. Would make a lot of sense there, where, well, you've got all of this darkness, light is trapped there because of the special environmental situation that exists in the Abyss, and yet an offshoot of humanity has, for some strange reason, chosen to, or has been forced to, take refuge in the Abyss. And now, rather than having this be like a parallel universe or something like that, it's just, you know, that has somehow opened up. The sleepers or the drifters are starting to push up against the border of the Abyss and the Triglavian Empire, and so they're also finding their way to our part of space. I think that would make a lot of sense. You wouldn't have to invent a new type of space for Abyssal Dead Space content, and it would all still work out quite nicely, I think. So yeah, the lore here for the Triglavian still a little bit weird. Hopefully CCP can tell us more, because it does sound really exciting. Again, all the rules that apply here in the Abyss, you could have those rules apply for Abyssal Wormhole space, you could call it then. And, you know, it could be the exact same thing. They're constantly up against the environment. So here we're really on the outskirts, as you can tell right there, where the Triglavians are trying to survive, to colonize, to take back space from the Abyss that is constantly pushing back, of course. And now look at my time. We still have, well, we'll be on time. But we only have 7.5 minutes left. I've been here for almost 15 minutes at this point. Yeah. A micro warp drive fit. Definitely the next project now that I revisit the Abyssal space here for the first time in quite a long time. These 4 caches, they make it, well, worth it. 5.5 million for a single site, for a very easy site. Not super great, but again, if I could shave off a little bit of that time with the micro warp drive, this might actually be very interesting and something that I might do a little bit more of, because this feels more rewarding. Getting out of here with potentially more loot. All of these have a small chance to also drop some really awesome stuff. Is interesting, and yeah, this also gives you the time to look around a little bit to what's happening here. So that's that trick, but there's more stuff here as well that you can see from the Triglavians. Let's see if I can't zoom in on that, and no tactical camera, so I would have to fly really close to these little nodes there. But there's more Triglavian stuff, and that's actually like put right up against all of these strange asteroids. Yeah, lots of, in my opinion, potential when it comes to the lore for Triglavian. I just would have put them in a different area of wormhole space called the Abyss, where all those weird effects that we know here actually exist. And then you could easily imagine, of course, the Triglavians having their own empire, their own place where they live. And the reason why they're so secluded, well, did they flee from something? Were they forced there? Did they choose to go there? Who knows? But now you can see that constant battle between them and the environment to try and reclaim more. So is it them that are actually expanding? Is it the sleepers that have come up against them or something like that? Could have been really cool. Unfortunately, now we are with this weird pocket universe right underneath our own universe, which, well, it's a little bit harder to grasp in my opinion. Would love to have this like be connected to wormhole space. Anyways, that means that we did our first Abyssal Dead Space pocket since the tracker has been initiated. We went out successfully, and I need to think about refitting this Gila. For now, thank you very much for watching, guys, and as always, I'll see you next time. Also, Merry Christmas, of course.